Hi guys, I'm Jordan and I'm pretty.
And I'm Francesca, and I'm funny, and we are the Pretty Funny Pod. Blah, blah, blah,
Yes.
blah. We're both in bad moods today, and we're
Yeah.
angry. So
Yeah.
you're going to get a bit of an angry episode from us.
Yeah, this is going to be our rage episode. So get ready.
Yeah,
Francesca, you want to start it off?
I will start it off hot. I'm going to start it off on the thing that I have been wanting to rage about. And, by the time this comes out, it will actually be like a week or so old.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't had the chance to talk about it. So, Harrison Buttface's stupid little speech at the
Yeah.
graduation. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay.
First of all, who the fuck let him up on that
No,
stage?
literally, who the fuck let him up? What? He's graduating college 10 years late, so he gets to be the valedictorian. Like, he's not the valedictorian, but he's a football player, whatever. Good for him, I guess. He can kick balls. I'm happy for you. He,
No.
for those of you that don't know, Harrison Butker, the form who will going forward only be known as Harrison Buttface. He is the
Yes.
kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs. And it sucks because he's like a really good kicker. And, I always like having him on my fantasy team. Like he was on my team this year and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, Harrison Butker, woohoo. Sorry, Buttface.
Woohoo.
Now my female fantasy group, we're like going off and we're like, nobody can draft him this year. Like he's off limits, blah, blah, because we're all so mad at him. This man
Yeah.
went
Fuck him.
on a
Burn the
college
jerseys.
stage. Literally, nobody has his jersey. He's a kicker.
True.
The only kicker people have jerseys of is Justin Tucker. That's it. He went on stage and he delivered a speech at a graduation. And by the way, this is a co-ed graduation. And he starts off real hot telling all the men, first of all, he's got to stop using the word diabolically. I think he used it a few times. And he was like, men, we have been diabolically forced to believe or something. And he was like, stand tall in your masculinity and fight against the demasculation of
Oh
males
my
in
God.
society and blah, blah, blah. And you know what? On this note, before I get really angry, I'm gonna take a second because I know we have some male viewers. And I'm just gonna say, I will be shitting on men in this episode, and it's not against all of you guys. It's
This
really
is a
against the
trigger warning.
people. Yeah, it's really against the people that think like Harrison Buttface does. But I'm not going to clarify any further than this exact moment. So if you take it personally, that's your own fault, and maybe you should look inwardly.
Yeah,
If you're not this type of loser face, then you wouldn't take it personally, and great,
exactly.
and you'd be standing tall in your masculinity. Anyway, back to my rant.
Please continue.
So anyway, he's telling all the men that they got to be men and whatever the fuck that means, being a man from like the 1800s. And then he goes on to be like, and to all the women here that are graduating, they're all at their own college graduation. And they're like, you have been diabolically lied to. You are probably sitting here expecting to go out in the world and have these big paying jobs and all this career success and blah, blah, blah. And,
My voice wailing.
and he's like, but I know the thing that you're really, truly most excited, or like down the line when you're asked the thing that you look forward to the most after graduating, it's not going to be the successful career. It's going to be stepping into your true vocation of being a wife and a mother.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
like, I am shocked nobody booed. Like, this man has
I'm
to be at the most Catholic ass, I don't even, beyond Catholic, like, no. You know, the,
pescatarian.
like,
A pescatarian?
oh my God. It's gonna drive me
dying.
nuts. It's like the Episcopal, epistle.
Apostle or something like this.
No, it's with an E, and it's like a really, really, really intense, like crazy version of Christianity. Um, Please continue with what you're gonna say. I'm gonna look this up. It's gonna drive me nuts.
Okay. Personally, I agree with you. I cannot believe no one booed. If I would have been in my graduation fucking gown, listening to this fucking idiot present this speech to a bunch of fucking career driven women who are graduating with a degree, and he's saying this shit to me, first of all, I probably would have been silent at first because my jaw would have been on the floor. Second of all, I probably would have stood up and been like, Can somebody get this idiot off the stage?
By the way, it's Pentecostal.
Pentecostal.
I was mixing up Episcopal and Pentecostal. He must be at like a Pentecostal fucking school.
Honestly.
He graduated. Like he was graduating, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Yeah. And so he was speaking as like, I guess, a celebrity guest speaker. I don't fucking know. And so he's talking about, so then he goes on to continue to like shit on all the women. He's like, I would have never been able to find the success. And he starts crying too. And I'm like, okay, you're going to stand tall in your masculinity and then you're going to cry on stage. Pick a lane, buddy. Yeah. And then he's like, I would have never been able to have all the success in my life if it wasn't for my wife, who he said changed, became into his faith. What is the word that I'm looking for? I'm so angry I can't even think. Oh my God. When you like become like converted. He's like, who converted into my faith. Bad choice, lady. And then took up her true vocation of being not only a wife and a mother, but a homemaker. And that's what he said. And that's what he said. If you want to be a homemaker for a living, fine. Go crazy. Yeah. But that's not your true vocation. Like, that's not every woman in the world's true vocation. And if you have a thing with like your husband that like you want to be a stay-at-home mom and he brings home the money, or even vice versa, go crazy. But don't be standing up there telling me that all your dreams came true because your wife came into what she's supposed to do in life and be a wife. And that was it. That's it. That's all she's supposed to do in life.
That's the most garbage message I've ever heard. Like, I support women in whatever like choices they make. If they want, like you said, if they want to be a stay-at-home mom, if they want to be a homemaker, that's their dream. Fucking go for it. Be a stay-at-home mom. I support that. But like the fact that you have a man on stage calling out saying that your true role in life is to be a fucking homemaker and a mother. How many fucking years have we fought and our ancestors fought for us to be able to fucking have an education, to be able to have an opinion, to be able to vote, to be able to have any kind of place in the C-suite or even in the office in general?
No, literally.
Other than an assistant role. You know what I mean? Like
secretary.
It's a secretary. Yeah. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No.
Can you not understand that this is like deeply fucked up for you to say this?
No, I don't understand. He believes fully.
No, he
that is the way
believes
of life.
that.
But meanwhile, like Travis Kelce's on his team, and like Travis Kelce's a great example of someone like standing in their masculinity and also not being so supportive of having the most successful woman in the world, like as his girlfriend. Like,
also,
Travis, you can't do that.
Travis stands in his masculinity in the best way possible. Like him and his brother, I love them so much because they are very masculine men, and like on their podcast, they're super emotional and they're like there for each other, and they're very emotional about their like partners and their family and their mom, and it's like such a healthy example of a man.
Yeah.
And they love their women. And Jason Kelce is a great example of someone who has a partner who has, I feel like, primarily been like someone who's like taking care of their kids in the household. And now I feel like is starting to kind of come out and start doing a lot of her own stuff too, which I love.
Yeah.
But it's like, he doesn't preach for that. He says like, I love my fucking wife so much because I wouldn't be here without her today because she fucking is the best mom and partner.
Yeah.
But he's not over here saying all women need to be in the fucking household. Vocation. No, he's over here being like, she sacrificed a lot to help me get where I am. And I love her so much for that. And that was her choice. And he's like empowering her in her choice, not empowering that role as a role that all women should take up. It's like,
it's crazy.
Get out of here.
And there's a reason that they're way more famous and better at football and more important than you.
Exactly.
Sorry.
I am.
Well, off this, I would like to get into a segment on icks with men.
Yes. Icks.
What's your ick? Ick. Okay. If you don't know what an ick is, ICK, like ick. It's basically when a man does
like ick.
Ick. When a man does something and that one weird little thing, just you're turned off from them forever. You're like, ugh, I got the ick. I can't be into him anymore. And so I wrote down a couple. I'm sure I'll think of some more.
Okay.
But I'm going to start off with when men have like really bushy eyebrows and you can like fully brush like a comb through it and like sticks up through the top, like the hair comes through the comb fully. Ick. grosses me out. If I ever see a brush going through an eyebrow from a man and then like there's so much hair, like I could just snip it like an actual hairdresser.
That's disgusting.
Ugh, grosses me out. No, next. Disgusting.
Next. Okay, what's your next ick?
Okay, my next one. When they like walk down the street and they just hawk loogies. Sorry, I couldn't say that. They hawk a loogie.
Ew.
Or they're like playing sports and they just like do a snot rocket. Like use a tissue. Use a tissue. If you have to spit like occasionally, like, you know what? It happens. Actually, it doesn't happen. I don't spit on the ground ever. But and you're like,
no.
Like, first of all,
even
have you ever
worse.
tried to hawk a loogie, by the way?
No, but even worse, I've seen people on the streets of New York do one of these.
That's why I just said hawk loogies or snot rockets.
Oh, I didn't
both.
hear the snot rocket. I was like,
no, I'm like, ugh.
Ew, that is like the nastiest
Use a tissue.
thing.
It's so gross. And then for them to get the loogie, they're like, and then they like, it's.
I would rather jump off of a cliff.
Also, how do you spell hawk?
I'm not even going to get into spelling.
I wrote it down and I stared at that and I was like,
Did you spell it like a bird?
Because I didn't know what else to put. So I said, I'm going with hawk because then I'll know what I mean when I have to reread it.
I feel like it would be Hock, but
yeah,
maybe
Hock or like Hauck. No, not CK. I was thinking CH.
Sure, let's go with that.
Hawk.
Let's go with that.
Anyway, that's an ick. So gross. Like, there's just no reason for you to do it that much.
Yeah.
It really is 100%.
Not necessary. 100%.
Okay, this one's a rough one because this isn't really the men's fault. Male butts.
I disagree.
I knew you were gonna say you disagree. A lot of people disagree. I don't like a male butt. I don't like them. I've never looked at one and been like, that's a cute butt. And then when they're like, this is so mean.
Oh no.
You know what? I've been body shamed my whole life from men. I'm going to do it back. When you have like really skinny men and their butts are kind of like muscular but tiny. And then it's just like two little like hot dog buns.
Yeah.
And it looks weird. But then when you have like a really big, like juicy butt, and also like, why is it that size? You know?
Yeah.
So
I love my man's butt. It's a little perky. It's weird, but it's cute.
You know what? I think he has kind of like the skinny, muscular one I'm talking about.
Yeah, he does.
And yeah, I'm not into butts. They freak me out. I don't want to see them in boxers. I don't want to see them not in boxers. I want to see them in pants.
I used to get freaked out by men's white ass thighs.
That was my next one.
Oh!
Really pale thighs, and especially
really
ones
pale thighs
that have dark hair on them.
Yes.
Oh.
If they're like muscular, honestly, like I can be like,
no.
with it.
Rugby thighs. Have you seen rugby thighs? Scare the shit out of me. I don't want that thigh near me.
They're scary, but like also, I feel like you could pick me up.
Yeah, obviously, they could pick them up. They're picking up fucking 2 of their own body weight.
That's true.
Like, if they can't pick you up,
like,
they're skipping arm day. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
really,
right. Really pale thighs and pale butts when it's like farmer's tan, but like to the max. You know,
farmer's tans is another level.
I don't mind farmer's tans, but like on the thighs, or like right where like the boxer brief line is, so it's kind of short too, and it's like that thing hasn't seen sun in 25 years.
Fuck that.
They freak me out, and then with the dark hair, it freaks me out so much. If like I'm like, why is it so white and the hair is so dark? Why?
Why is it so white and the hair is so dark?
Seriously.
No, it is nasty. I do not also like seeing men with a lot of back hair.
Back hair? No.
Here's the thing.
How did it get there?
When it creeps up to this level, when you can see it from the front, it's an ick for me. No. It's like, just get a wax.
Just, shave it.
Get laser hair.
Do something.
And
men are like, men don't do that. We'll start doing it. We do it. I promise you.
Wait, what other icks do you have on your list?
Those are only 4 that I wrote down that I had immediately thought about. I'm certain I can come up with other ones.
Okay, I'm going to start mine then.
But yeah, you go.
Okay. One of my biggest icks is a picky eater. I'm so sorry. But if you are a picky eater, that is such an ick to me. Like, grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Grow up. And learn how to eat steak tartare. Grow up. Eat oyster.
Try it.
Eat
fish.
Eat. Order your steak medium rare. Come on.
Oh my God. Like, I like medium steak too. You should not be ordering anything above that.
A well done steak?
Anyway.
I'm never talking to you again. I will never talk to you again. And the bad thing is I grew up eating well done steak, but like,
Oh no,
I'm
I know a
sorry.
bajillion people that eat well done steaks.
Yeah, but like,
I'm not.
be an
You
adult
shouldn't.
and try something new.
At least medium.
Yeah, at least medium. Like, come on. Okay, another thing is I fucking hate men who wear socks by the pool. I think that's completely unacceptable. I think
Socks by the pool.
I think it's a sociopath tendency.
Why are you wearing socks at the pool?
Thank you. I've seen multiple men at pools throughout Miami who literally have on like high white socks with slides, and then like when they get to the pool, it's not like they take them off. They like keep them on, and they're walking around with like damp socks. No.
Ew, damp socks, and then your feet are gonna be like your thighs. They're gonna look like your thighs. Literally? I would say one thing though, men in flip flops doesn't bother me.
Okay, what kind of flip flops? Like slides or like the thong flip flop between the toe?
Thongs, they don't bother me that much.
Yeah, it doesn't
if they
bother
have
me.
like, but if you're wearing like Havaianas, yeah, then that's weird. But if you're wearing like the boy version of flip flops, you know that one that all the men have that is like kind of like a khaki-ish color.
Yeah, like the brown.
Yeah, those are fine for me.
Tom on vacation, what was he wearing?
Havaianas.
Those Havaianas, whatever the fuck.
I didn't even know they made men versions.
Mm-hmm. He was flopping around in them, and I was like, "Sir, I'm getting an ick. I'm getting an ick from my husband right now.
That's an ick.
In those fucking flippy flops, okay? Another one I wrote down, which this was like from back in my era of like, you know, my hookup era, where it's like you end up at a guy's house and the next morning you're showering, you look in their shower and you're like,
3 and 1.
Number one ick. 3 and 1.
3 and 1.
Fucking shampoo. What are you doing with your life?
No.
Are you kidding me right now? No. Also, an icky bar of soap. Ew.
I'm a bar of soap. I'm a soap bar person too.
But like, I will never be a soap bar person, but it's okay. I get it. Some people are, but like, if it's icky, like take care of it.
Well, yeah. If it's what are you doing to make it gross? If there's hair all over it, like I hate when the hair gets stuck to the soap bar and people don't take it off.
I'm not okay with it.
I love when a man has a face wash. Love it. An exfoliating face wash, even better.
Huge turn on.
Even better.
Huge turn on.
Oh, using body moisturizer on your face, ick.
People do that. I mean, yeah, they do that.
They do that. Just get a face moisturizer. I promise you, it doesn't have to be nice. It could just be CeraVe. It'll work great.
Yeah. What's the other one? Oh, I hate guys that I always get the ick if a guy does not tip confidently. Like imagine you're like at dinner.
Oh yeah.
And like the bill comes and like he doesn't automatically like in his head go, okay, 20%. If a man sits there and goes, I mean, how much should we tip? It's like, shut the fuck up. Like you're tipping 20%.
Great.
Or you're tipping more. It's different. If he said to me like, oh, do you think we should add like an extra $20 on this tip? Like,
yeah,
I mean, hopefully he's paying, but like if he's like, oh, I think we should add an extra tip, like hot. But if you're like, how much should we tip? Do you think we should 18%?
18? No. Also when they're rude to wait staff.
Never speak to you.
But again. That's an ick with females too. If you're rude to wait staff, grow up. Anyone
who's rude to wait staff, get a fucking life.
Also people that are rude to clients, like in any type of service industry, grow up.
Speaking of that, anyway. I have to tell you this story because it's been bothering me ever since it happened because I feel like it was not only an ick, it was like crossing a line. So it was, first of all, going to be a girls' dinner out in Miami. We were going to this nice restaurant, a restaurant I knew people at. And I was originally going with like these girlies I know because I do not go out to restaurants where places I know people with people I don't know because trust nobody. I cannot be embarrassed. Like, come on.
True.
So we are going to this girl dinner. Like it was supposed to be me and my 3 girlfriends. And then it turned into me, my 3 girlfriends, 2 random other girls, and then this guy. Like, ew. That's not the vibe I'm going for. So we end up at this place. First of all, huge red flag was like, we get there and this girl that was the one that basically no one knew who brought her boyfriend just starts demanding things. She's like, we want a table upstairs. And I'm thinking, okay, well, first of all, we were only supposed to be a table of 4 people and now we're a table of 6. So we're going to take whatever we can fucking get. Like, what the fuck are you talking about demanding shit? So she's like, we want to sit upstairs. And they were like, okay, well, it's going to be a longer wait. She's like, that's fine. We go to the bar. We're standing at the bar. We're having cocktails, waiting for this table. She's like yapping to one of my other friends. I'm talking to these girls. And all of a sudden, like her boyfriend has like, I've noticed that he's probably been gone for like 15 minutes. So honestly, I was kind of excited. I was like maybe he left. Maybe he got the word that it's like a girl dinner and maybe he went to a nearby bar to have a drink and dinner by himself, which would have been a smart idea. And I noticed he was gone. But no, he would never. He wants to be the fucking only guy at the table. Of course he does.
Yeah.
Weirdo. So I say to her, did your boyfriend leave? Because in my head, I'm thinking, one, if he did, amazing. But two, also, I need to tell them that we no longer need a table for like fucking 7 people.
Yeah.
Like, we can go down one more and maybe we can get sat a little earlier. So then she goes, I don't know why you're asking about my boyfriend. I don't know why everyone's obsessed with where he is. Like, who gives a fuck? And I was like, whoa.
Ma'am, I'm trying to eat.
First of all, nobody knows you and you weren't even invited. So what the fuck is going on?
So no one's asking about your boyfriend. We don't care. We just don't want him here. We don't
literally
want him here
don't want him here. I don't either of you here. And I could care less where he is. I just don't want him here so I can fucking get us another table. You dumb bitch. Like, I cannot handle people like that. Like, I can never be friends with someone like that. Like, so annoying.
No, the ego is so crazy. Like, when people are so unself-aware and then they think everything and everyone cares about what they're doing. It's like, actually, we all hate you and we're trying so hard to get you to leave, but you won't.
100%. And it only gets worse from there. So her boyfriend's like, whatever. She's like, he's coming back. We end up getting sat upstairs at a table, super nice table, whatever. Keep in mind, this was a really nice restaurant. And me and my friend had a conversation before we were going. We're like, we're going to just split something so we can keep the bill low because we had gone out a lot that week. We're like, we're on a budget. So we get to the restaurant, we get sat, and like we were all saying, okay, how hungry is everyone? Because it was honestly late. It was like 10 p.m. by now. And when I'm like, okay, we only need like 2 dishes. Like, we're not very hungry. The other 2 girls weren't very hungry. And then this other random bitch was just like, whatever, I don't really eat that much. And I'm just like, ew, okay, whatever.
Ew.
No one cares about you. So then we all agreed to get only 4 dishes. And they were just going to be like 3 appetizers and a pasta. So I'm like, easy peasy. It's going to be enough food for us. It's not going to be an expensive bill, like whatever. So then we tell the server, he goes, great. And he's like, kitchen's closing. So if you want to put anything else in now with this order, you have to, because we're closing. And we're just like, no, this is enough food. We don't need anything else. Right as the server is about to leave the table, dumb fuck shows up. The guy shows up and he sits down and he's like, oh, wait, like, what did you guys order? We were like, we're not really hungry. We ordered enough food. Like, she was like, you're not hungry. Like, you already had dinner earlier. And he's like, I'm hungry. I want to get something. And I looked at him and I was like, you can get whatever you want, but like, just order your entree. But like, we're going to be sharing this stuff. Like, just order an entree for yourself. And so he was like, okay. Turns out the motherfucker ends up ordering 3 entrees and a side. Is that all for you? Like, what are you doing? We're not going to eat all that food. And then she starts getting in a fight with him. Like, you don't need that much food, blah, blah, blah. Because this entire scene, the waiter walked away because he was like, she was basically arguing with the waiter about whether or not he should put that order in. But yet the guy was ordering it. So like, what's the waiter going to do? Yeah. Like he's the server is just like, I want nothing to do with this. I'm just trying to take the order and get the fuck out of here. And then he walks away. And then this bitch, like, Francesca, every part of my body had to hold back from like punching her in the face. And I'm not even a physical person. But like, this bitch yelled at this server across the room and goes, hey, like this, and was like, come back here. And all my friends that are actually my friends looked at me. The 3 girlies looked at me because they knew how outraged I would be. They were outraged, but like they knew how outraged I would be because I've worked in this industry for years.
Well, you know half the people in that restaurant.
And I know half the people in that restaurant. And it's like the disrespect. I also knew the server.
Oh my God.
He has served me multiple times. He was a great guy. And then she's fucking disrespecting him. Get the fuck out of here with that. I was so angry. I was like, I looked at my friend. I was like, I think I'm going to leave. But then like, I didn't know what to do because I was like, do I just leave right now? I can't really leave my 2 girlfriends, one of which had been affiliated with the other girls that ended up coming. So I felt bad to just like leave her here and just like, whatever. So I pulled it together and I looked at the girl that actually invited that stupid bitch. And I said, you need to get her under control because that was fucking unacceptable. And then I had to get up, go talk to the GM, go talk to the server, apologize to everyone because this dumb bitch who I don't know is just at my table screaming at people. Yeah. So like,
oh my God,
disgusting. We got all the food. It was way too much food, obnoxious amount of food. The guy didn't even finish it. And then the bill comes. And I am expecting him to put his fucking card down because the entire dinner he's yapping his dumb ass about how he's a surgeon in New York. Yeah. And I'm like, so you have money. Like, I'm sorry, you're a surgeon in New York. You have a shitload of money. And you should be paying for the bill. If you ordered more, then all of us combined. And this man has the nerve. He has the nerve to be like, all right, everyone's putting their cards down, right? I was like, oh, no. I should have let it. I should have let
I wish you did.
That motherfucker.
I wish you did.
I was like, I'm sorry, what? And he was like, well, we're splitting this, right? And I was like, I didn't think we'd be splitting it because you ordered 3 entrees.
Yeah.
And he was like, but you guys had a bite of it. And I'm like, I had maybe one bite of one of the things because you kept being like, I'm not going to finish all of this. And I feel bad that all this food's going to waste. So I had one bite of something. Like, shut the fuck up. I didn't order it. So I was like, this is so obnoxious. And of course, what happened? The bill ended up getting split. And I was like,
of course.
I hate these people. These kinds of people are not my people. Like, I never want to see them again. I wouldn't be sad if they would have just dropped off the face of the earth after that dinner, because I was like, you guys are so surpassed the ick point of view. You're just bad people.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You're
just shitty people.
Beings. And it's just like
that, like, think they're so much better than what they are. Both
and here's the thing. Here's the thing. When I go to dinner with a guy, I don't expect him to pick up the bill. I do expect him, like, obviously, if it's in a date situation, I do expect him to, like, offer to pay. But I've always been the type of person that's been raised to, like, offer. You should offer to split the bill. Like, it's just like how I was raised. But in a situation like that, I wouldn't have expected that guy to pay if he didn't order so much fucking bullshit.
Yeah. If we all are eating everything and then, like, someone orders an entree that's like $10 more than the other person, I don't give a shit. I'll split everything, like, whatever. Like, you have one extra glass of wine, whatever. You had 3, I had 2, I don't care. But, like, if you're ordering the whole fucking menu, no, I'm putting my foot down. If I'm not drinking the whole day and then you're getting a bottle of wine, no, I'm not paying for that. And on dates, personally, like, I think only the first date a guy should pay. And then,
okay, yes. If he asked you out on the date, then yes.
Yeah, and, like, I think that's fine. But I think beyond that, I'm never a person that, like, past the first date, if they offer to pay and they're, like, serious about it, that's sweet and I'll accept it. But, like, I always am like, let's split it, whatever. Because unless you're super loaded, but everybody I've been dating, not loaded. So I'm like, we all are out here fighting inflation, like, trying to pay rent. I'm not gonna make you pay for me, especially if, like, what if this doesn't even work out? But, like, if you're like a millionaire and I am not, like, okay, maybe you should pay. It was a $20, like, I had 2 drinks for like $25. I think you can pay. But normally that's not the situation I'm in. So I'll split it. Like, but but you should be paying if you're gonna order a bajillion things. You should pay for that 1,000%. And also, just because you're an asshole, you should probably pay for that too.
Yeah, and you crashed girls' night.
Yeah, leave. You made it a miserable night.
Yeah, you crashed a dinner that you weren't even invited to, and I kind of feel like one of those situations where if you're crashing and you've realized you're the only guy in the group and you have money, then you should fucking pay.
Well,
because it's like,
depends how much money. Yes.
I mean, he's a surgeon in New York City, and he was
but what if he's probably like a resident in New York City, then he's making like $75,000 a year.
This man was like 50.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's like going out to dinner with your dad. If I go to dinner with my dad, he's paying. Sorry, Dad, but you're paying.
No, I know. My parents force me to, like, let them pay for everything, even when they come to visit me, and I'm like, guys, no. Like, my
parents wouldn't force. I force them.
I mean, I force them.
They
sometimes.
offer. They always offer.
Yeah, I force them sometimes, but I'm like, if you guys are visiting me, I want to treat you.
Yeah. Like, for Father's Day, like for Mother's Day, like, I'll pay. But when in any other day,
listen, we've already talked about it on the podcast how good your mom is at taking us out to dinner. Your dad's pretty good at it too.
My dad's pretty good at it too. And she was like, you know what? And I love taking you girls out to dinner. Like, it makes her happy to pay for me.
Yeah, I'm thinking about moving back to New York just so I can go out to dinner with mom more.
Exactly. Go to Sarasota. She's not even in New York, so.
That's true. I'll go to Sarasota just to have dinner with you.
She'll take you out. Yeah, it'll be great.
She's the best.
Yeah. She's good at it. No, and, like, why would I rob her of her happiness?
If anything, we're doing her a favor.
I wouldn't ever do that to my mother.
No, we bring the good vibes to dinner. Your mom brings hilarious questions and comments and topics.
And then we all talk about the drama.
Yeah, and we love to gossip.
She does love to gossip, and that is definitely where I get it from.
Oh, 100%.
Definitely.
Are you kidding me? My mom calls me about the craziest stuff. She's like, remember that girl that you were like in third grade with? Well, this is going on. And I'm just
See,
like, I
unfortunately, my mom's not
don't.
involved in like she never really got involved in like my like school stuff. My dad was like on the PTA and everything. Like he was like the board of the parents
He
stuff. Like
would.
he
He
was all
would.
up in that. He got indicted into my middle school's Hall of Fame. But he's not a
Oh my
yeah,
God.
I didn't even know they had a Hall of
What?
Fame, right? He's like on a board, like a plaque in the school. So like
He
he's
would.
very involved. But so my mom doesn't know the gossip, but my dad doesn't gossip enough. So he doesn't know the gossip either because he doesn't
Yeah.
stay like up to date. So I never get any fun gossip of like shit that happened to people that I grew up with. I'm like, well, tell me, like
I
I
mean,
have to figure it out.
I grew up in a small town in the
You did grow
middle
up in a
of
small town,
Illinois,
yeah.
and my parents still live there. So, like, my mom
Yeah.
loves to gossip about things. But let me tell you, she needs to learn how to use Facebook because that bitch has made too many mistakes on Facebook. She literally found out that one of my exes from high school was having a baby, right? Wanted to
God.
send it to me
Oh,
to
no.
show me, right? Instead, she shared it on her Facebook page. She
Mom.
shared it and said, like, OMG, can't believe they're pregnant. Shared it on her homepage. And my sister calls me. She goes, Mom shared on her Facebook page just now, it just popped up on my timeline, that she shared on her Facebook page about your ex's pregnancy and said, OMG, look who's pregnant. And I go, 1 second, Jade. I called my mom faster than I could ever have called her in my life. And I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then I'm like, can you please get on there and delete it? She's like, I don't know how to delete it. I'm like, can you give me your login? I don't know my login. I'm like, oh my God. It was literally live on her Facebook for like 30 whole minutes before I was able to get it fucking taken down. And I was like, this is so embarrassing because this makes me look like I actually give a fuck about it and that like I'm keeping track of what my exes are doing. And I'm like, Mom, why?
That would be, oh my God, it would have been so funny if he commented on it. Oh my God.
Oh, well,
That's
he's 100% alerted when she shares it. It's like
true.
so-and-so shared
True,
your
actually.
post.
That's so.
So like, oh yeah, Jordan's mom's sharing the post. That's a little weird.
You're a psychopath. Jordan's a psycho. She really
the girl
cared.
who he is married to and now has babies with was a person that he cheated on me with.
Oh, right.
So it's a little sensitive
Oh my God.
situation. Like, Mom, why? I can't. Like, parents on Facebook?
It's so
Get off
funny.
of it.
It's so funny.
It was humiliating.
That's hilarious. I love that. I love that for you.
That was a rage day for me.
Yeah.
I was raging. I was like, Mom, never talk to me again.
We're done here. We're never speaking.
Like, come on.
That's just so funny.
Ugh.
By the way, I did remember another ick, and this is a big one.
Oh, okay. What is it?
Manspreading.
Oh.
There's nothing that makes me angrier than a man spreading his fucking thighs. But yeah, you're gonna like shit on women and be like, you spread your legs all over town. No, you literally spread your legs all over town. Okay? Because
triggered.
I'm
because
so
I feel
triggered.
like a certain someone used to spread their legs too much and you couldn't even fit on
Oh.
the couch.
Oh my God, it drove me nuts. It drove me nuts. Drove me nuts. It's so, and it's like on the subway. And then I like will sit in the middle because then I always get stuck in the fucking middle seat when I'm with guys.
Yeah.
And then they're like, I need room. I'm like, first of all, I know what it looks like. You don't need that much room. Second of all, regardless of what it looked like, you still don't need that much room. You're basically doing a split in the seat. And I genuinely need room just to exist. I have matter and mass and it needs to fit somewhere. It can't just evaporate into the air. So you guys are going to have to spread your legs just a little less. Like, I don't need this. Just give me like so that I can literally put my legs straight together. Otherwise, I'm like, they're crisscrossed on my side. Like I got one butt cheek on the seat. And they're like, well, I don't have any room. I'm like, yes, you do. You just just refuse to acknowledge it. Oh, there's so many things I'm angry about. But right now, the men really are winning. Congrats. You guys are winners.
Winners.
Okay, I'm going to go manspread on the subway. But I'll catch you later.
We'll catch you later. We love you. Thanks for listening to us rage about icks. And drama in stupid boys.
And if you have any icks, for girls or for boys, send them in. I love reading people's icks. I think they're hilarious.
Yeah, honestly, please send in your list of icks. Are one of us icking you out? Let us know.
Great.
Anyways, we love you guys. Thanks for listening. Share, rate, review, all the things. Don't
Live,
miss an
laugh, love.
episode.
Don't miss an episode. She's pretty. I'm funny. Together, we're pretty funny.
We love you.
Oh,
Bye.
I heard you could do a heart.
Okay. We love you. Bye.